Hi. Am I audible, visible properly? Yeah, hi Shubhangi. Hi Aradhana. Okay. So I think I will begin, or should I wait for more people to join? Okay, so let me begin. Uh, hi, I am Dr. Kavita Bhatt Kumar from Designer Smiles Multi Speciality Dental Care, and I am your oral health expert. I am into private practice for the past 25 years, and I have my private clinic on Sant Zanabai Road in Villeparle East, as most of you are aware. Hi Ashneet. Hi Rasika. So first of all, I would like to thank Team Villeparle Women's Network and Villeparle Club, Rasika, Shubhangi, Riddhi, Pooja, Shivani and the rest of the team for giving me this wonderful opportunity to be of some help to the community. And this is a wonderful health and wellness initiative by them, Arogyam, and I'm very happy to be a part of it. So as you all are aware, oral health is a mirror to your general health. So let's begin this session by by me sharing some tips on oral health and busting some myths and maybe answering questions that you have. I've already received a lot of questions yesterday on my personal chat, and I will try to take some of them. And whatever I'm not able to take, I can always reply on WhatsApp as well. So firstly, I would like to share some useful tips on brushing. A lot of people are not aware of this. You should never keep your toothbrush in the toilet area. Nowadays we have our toilet, bathroom and basin in the same place, and that is where we keep our toothbrushes, and most of us keep our toothbrushes uncovered. So first of all, the toothbrush should be covered and it should be kept away from the toilet area and not in the bathroom. The reason is, when you flush the commode, there's a huge aerosol of bacteria which gets spread in the room, and that is going to contaminate your toothbrush which you're going to use every day. So please do not keep your toothbrush ever in the bathroom area. Keep it away and always keep it closed. The second tip I would like to give is that a lot of people have the habit of brushing their teeth, especially at night. When they brush their teeth, they brush it immediately after having their meals. So this is not something that you must do, because what happens is, when you eat your meals, there is an acidic environment that is created in the mouth, and when you immediately brush your teeth, the acids tend to erode the enamel. So never do that. Wait for some time after your meals. Wait for about half an hour or 45 minutes and then brush your teeth, so that by that time the mouth gets completely neutralized. So this is the second tip. The third tip I would like to share with you today about brushing is that you must change your brush once every 1.5 to 2 months, or as soon as the bristles start to fray. Now, fraying bristles means, I think I have a brush. So this is a frayed toothbrush. Can you see this? So when the bristles start to fray like this, you have to discard your toothbrush. And one thing that people don't know is that you must discard your toothbrush every time you have a viral infection or any kind of infection in the body. Even if it is a newly purchased toothbrush, please discard it if you have any infection. So, and use a new toothbrush once you are cured from the infection. So these are the tips that I wanted to share with you today. And there are certain myths surrounding our oral hygiene. A lot of people believe that flossing creates gaps in between their teeth. A lot of people believe that they should use a hard toothbrush, so that all the stains that are there on their teeth and all the plaque that is there on the teeth can get removed effectively. So this is not true. Flossing does not create gaps, and flossing is a must. You must floss your teeth every day at least once, because that is the only way to clean the surfaces, the in-between surfaces of the teeth where your brush cannot reach. Okay, so flossing is a must. It does not create gaps between the teeth. Of course, you should know the correct technique of flossing. If somebody is interested, I can also demonstrate the technique of the correct technique of flossing or brushing. Hard brush, using a hard brush regularly can cause abrasion of the enamel. It can wear away your enamel, and your teeth can start becoming sensitive. Your gums also will start to recede. The hard brush is not more effective than the soft brush in cleaning off your plaque. In fact, it is on the contrary, because the bristles are very hard, they are not easily bendable, and they do not reach the curved surfaces of the teeth. Whereas if the bristles are soft, they bend and they adapt to the curved portions of the teeth. So you should always use a soft bristled toothbrush and never a hard toothbrush. Rasika is asking a question. Can you please teach us the technique of flossing and brushing? Yeah, sure, Rasika. So I think I will take my phone on reverse camera and demonstrate to you. I cannot see it. Okay. So I hope you all can hear me. Yeah. So always hold your toothbrush at 45 degrees angle between the gums and the teeth. Hold it at 45 degrees angle between the gums and the teeth. Okay, and use short, brisk to and fro strokes, about 10 to 12 at a time, covering 2 to 3 teeth at a time, and keep coming down away from the gums. Cover 2 to 3 teeth at a time and do this. See, as you can see, because the bristles are soft, they are able to adapt to the curvatures of the teeth, and they are able to clean them effectively. So use it at 45 degree angle. This angle is very, very critical. Between the teeth and the gums, you have to keep the toothbrush and use short, brisk, vibratory motions and bring it down like this. Similarly, you have to clean the inner surfaces of the teeth also. I don't know if you are able to appreciate. Yeah, the inner portions of the teeth also in a similar manner. If it is your lower jaw, you have to again keep it like this at 45 degrees angle and bring it upwards. And similarly, you cover the entire mouth. The front teeth, you can use these kind of strokes. And the scrubbing and the chewing surfaces, you can just scrub like this. So this is about the brushing technique. And when it comes to flossing, take a floss of any good brand and wind it around your fingers like this, and use a sufficient length of floss. Snap it in between your teeth and let the floss embrace the tooth like this, and in a zigzag manner just bring it up, cleaning that surface. Snap it back in the same area and take the adjacent tooth, and again in a zigzag motion bring it up and clean it off like this. Try to use, for every area, try to use a different portion of the floss. Don't use the same portion. And similarly, keep going up to the last tooth. Snap it in, hug the tooth, zigzag motion up, snap it in, hug the adjacent tooth, zigzag motion up. This is the correct technique for flossing your teeth. You can also use Unifloss. This is called as Unifloss. So it is very convenient to a lot of people. You can also use this. In this, the technique becomes slightly different. Just snap the floss in. Can they see it? Twist it slightly twist it slightly so that it adapts to the embrasure and bring it up. Snap it in, twist it slightly and bring it up. So this is the correct technique for flossing. So this is the correct technique for flossing and brushing your teeth. I hope you could all see it. Yeah. So if you have any more questions, you can definitely ask me. Another common question that is being asked to me nowadays is that is it safe to visit your dentist for elective procedures or for routine dental care? So the answer is yes, it is absolutely safe, because now the Ministry of Health and Family Affairs and the ICMR, they have all come up with very stringent recommendations for COVID safety. And if this protocol is followed, then definitely there should not be any problem. And it is not a good idea to delay your oral care. This pandemic is not going to end very soon, and already we are seeing a lot of problems, lot of grave problems with patients' oral health, because they have been postponing their dental treatment and people have been coming only for emergencies. Yes, definitely you have to immediately see your dentist, but even if you have to go for your routine checkups or your elective treatment, please go ahead and do that, because otherwise it is going to give rise to graver problems. And poor oral hygiene or poor oral health is linked directly with heart disease, diabetes, stroke, and a lot of other health issues. So please do not neglect your oral health. And if somebody is interested, I can even talk about the various COVID safety precautions that we take in the clinic. So there's a lot of protocol that we follow now, like for example, nobody is made to wait in the reception. We do not take walk-in patients now, we take only purely by appointments, so that there are no two patients at a time in the clinic at any point of time. And after every patient leaves the operatory, and if there is an aerosol generating procedure that has been performed, then all the horizontal surfaces on which the viruses might tend to settle down, they are cleaned by using the 3-bucket technique, first with quaternary ammonium compounds, then with plain water, and then with sodium hypochlorite. So this is just, I'm just giving you a few of the safety measures that are taken because of COVID. And a lot of safety measures were already taken, even in the pre-COVID era. So there is absolutely nothing to worry. And it might help you to know that globally, across the world, not even a single dental clinic has been found to be a cluster of infections, as was suspected in the initial months. When this pandemic was new, everybody thought that dental clinics would be a hub for COVID infections. They were probably not wrong, because it was very natural. People did not know how the virus behaved. People did not know the nature, how whether dental aerosols could spread it or not. So it was an assumption which people made. But then it is not true. Not even a single clinic across the world. In fact, in countries like Germany, the dental clinics were open even during the thick of the pandemic, when the world was under lockdown. But no clinic has been found to be a COVID spreader. Not even a single patient has been reported to have got COVID infection from a dental clinic as of today. So it might help you to know that. Do not worry if you have any dental, treat your oral health just like your general health. And if you have to visit your dentist, please do without any fear. So I think I have overshot my time. I don't know. Okay, so I still have 1 minute. If somebody wants to know something, if somebody wants to ask something, you can. What are the kind of bristles we should use, Rasika? As I said, soft or ultra soft, even better. Brand for toothbrush which we can buy. You can buy any good company, brand like Colgate or Oral-B. These are the ones I like. But ensure that the brush has a small head because it should be able to reach the back teeth also, the posterior most teeth also, which if you use a brush with a larger head, it may not reach. So in fact, I recommend that my patients also keep a pediatric toothbrush with them along with an adult toothbrush. Also use a kid's toothbrush to brush your teeth. The back portions of the teeth, you can use a kid's toothbrush to brush, because that is the brush which will actually reach there. The adult toothbrushes do not reach the last teeth, okay, and those get decayed most often. Thank you, Rasika. If this was helpful, I am very happy. Any brand recommendation for toothpaste? Not really. Again, like I said, any good make is okay. Pepsodent is good, Oral-B is good, Colgate is good. So any good brand with sufficient amount of fluoride, that is about 1000 parts per million of fluoride it should have, that should be good enough. Actually, it is not the toothpaste which is important in the brushing. The toothpaste actually just helps to give you that feeling of freshness of breath. Other than that, the most important and critical aspect of brushing is the technique with which you brush and the kind of toothbrush that you use and how many times you brush your teeth. That is what is more important, and it is not the toothpaste that is really critical in keeping your teeth clean with the help of brushing. So I think the time is up, and keep the questions coming. You can PM me. I have given you my telephone number. You can ask me queries. I already have a list of questions. Unfortunately, I was not able to take all of them now. So in the subsequent sessions, like today, I'll be speaking again at 5:30, tomorrow at 12 noon, and also 5:30. So I'll try to take as many questions as possible. So thanks a lot for giving me this opportunity, and thanks for being a nice audience. Thank you.